The next transit is when the moon reaches Chiron. Chiron is here. There will be an opposition with the black moon and Vesta, and there is a discordance, which is a relative discordance actually, with what's his name, Pluto. The one with the black moon and Vesta is also something quite questionable, because it's a false aspect. It's not a true aspect. For it to be a true aspect, the black moon and Vesta would have to be in Libra, which is not the case. They're in Scorpio. So it's more an inconjunct than an opposition. The same applies to Pluto. Pluto is in a sign that is in harmony with Aries, element-wise at least, air and fire. So this discordance is something that may look like it, but is not a discordance. The opposition the same. The black moon represents that famous dark zone of which I talk very often, but not knowing what it is, you can't address it, you can't deal with it, You're just more or less a victim of something you don't know, something you ignore, something you don't want to know perhaps as well, because you're afraid to look under the carpet and unveil something that may become a source of worry, excessive worry too. Now, this configuration here, Moon Chiron, forms a very beneficial aspect with Mars. But once again, this is a false aspect, because to be a right one, a true aspect, Mars would have to be in Leo. It's not in Leo, it's in Virgo, earth and fire. Sorry, but they don't mix with one another very easily, contrary to fire and fire. So it is going to perhaps look like something you can do, a decision you can make, but if you are not really sure about this decision and how it's going to affect your situation, don't decide. Just wait. Time, as I said earlier on, is on your side if you decide that it is so. So the moon eventually is going to change sign naturally. And plus on that day and time, which is the 20th of June at about 8 in the evening, there is a square with Mercury. See this? And this is not a false aspect at all. So it is one that we need to really consider seriously, because the discordance between Mercury and Chiron means that we do not understand spontaneously what is happening. And if it affects your health or health in some area of your life, it seems that because of Mercury, you could have the wrong impression or the wrong communication about what is happening. Therefore, you would also run the risk of making a mistake. And because of the other aspects, which are hidden aspects, you could believe or think very rationally that what is going on is really what is going on, and what you should do is what you are about to do, but it could be a mistake or a series of mistakes. So, be sure that on that day you are assessing what is happening exactly as it is happening. And don't let yourself be carried away with thoughts and opinions or revelations that are absolutely not at all what the situation is in reality. So it's a bit tricky, this moment here, and the influence of the moon is also to increase your emotional pattern. So if you're too emotional about something that happens to you, or if you feel or think that something is happening to you, emotions can make it much more disrupting that it would be if you kept cool, like, you know, if you made the necessary effort to remain as objective and rational as possible. When you're emotional, you're not rational.